How you doing, fellas? So it's gonna be part of a series that I'm gonna make. Figured I'd share the knowledge here at USPS. As you can see, well, sort of. I'll show you. USPS with a ships, and we have a recurring issue on a freaking ProStar. I figured I'd make a little knowledge video for free. So here we have a 2016 International ProStar with about 163,000 miles. We've come several times for knock sensor and some other after treatment issues. Being that it is what it is, we replace the sensor if we don't get, fails the test or whatever. And going by the beep, we have the D-rate codes, no power, 5 miles per hour on this beautiful ISX, personal favorite to work on and as a workhorse. But anyways, here we're going to diagnose and troubleshoot and find the issue right here on camera, live for you, whoever's watching. I don't know. So now we're going to connect with Cummins Insight software, and I have to keep the ignition on. Unfortunately, we got this little flashing light DEF. You already know. So let's see what we get. And here we have a work order. Wait, we worked on it before, so not needed. Oh, look at that. We'll save the calibration because it doesn't hurt to have it. So yeah, anyways. Code 4169, popular code. DEF dosing unit 1, heater circuit. There is DEF line heaters, and there are DEF units. There's only one, okay? The DEF unit is the pump. The pump sits behind the DEF tank. Now, when they call us out, normally, I'm not gonna argue with whoever's calling out, the breakdown, but they normally say, hey, the truck needs a regen. I always laugh because it's never just a regen. There's my electronic section. Repair shorts, it's my favorite, personally. Anyways, just came to grab this. And anyways, so yeah, you get a DEF code, you get the DEF light flashing. Automatically people think that it's either empty on DEF, which is never the case. And you get a code like this one. These two are very popular codes, 3712, 3714. Very popular codes. That's basically D-rate. No engine power. We're talking about 5 miles per hour, if even. So, we're gonna go by, if you had to choose a code to troubleshoot, obviously it's not gonna be these two, because these two are just telling you to stop the freaking truck. This one, on the other hand, is the problem. Now, previously we had a knock sensor code, and we replaced that because that was the issue. He drove about 300 miles and we broke down again. So, it's part of the business. So we're gonna go here and troubleshoot this code. Now, everybody knows if you double click this code, you get a troubleshoot. You got possible causes. It's like one of the easiest giveaways, but if you want to go troubleshooting step by step, it'll give you a step-by-step process right here, and it'll tell you what it is. At the end of it, hopefully you get to the conclusion what the problem is. And here we have the effect on the engine. It's not possible, it's a definite reduced engine performance, meaning no power. It's different from the D-tray, but anyways, here we get a whole breakdown of you know, the fault code itself. It tells you exactly what it is. It's not magic. It's right here in your face. So, possible causes: malfunctioning after treatment DEF unit heater relay, a short to ground in the OEM harness. That means it's not returning. So there is definitely going to be a problem. So we have the code, and being that this is an international, everyone knows the fuse box. The only fuse box we know of is behind this panel. I'm not going to go over there because I'm lazy and it's cold, so I'm not going over there. And we're going to look at the fuses. Now the fuses on this bad boy, believe it or not, I don't know whose idea this was. It's right behind the DEF tank, but in front of the DEF pump. Whose idea was that? I don't know, but it is what it is. We gotta do it. And I'm gonna go under there, take the cover off, and take a look at the fuses. Be right back. So here we are, nice and cozy, under the truck. By the way, these are not the best gloves, but I like how they look, and I feel cool when I wear it. So anyways, here we are behind the DEF tank, in front of the DEF pump. Now you can go from the top, it's very uncomfortable, reach the fuse, but don't do that. Take out the whole fuse box, because most of the time you're gonna run into this problem right here. Now this little bolt will cause rubbing on these exposed wires, and as you can see, they're all fucked up. Yep, doesn't take a genius to figure that out. But here we are in this beautiful New York weather, and we're gonna cut up this harness and make it nice and pretty. I'm not gonna show you that part because it's straightforward. Let's see how I feel, but I'll fix that short and connect the computer. When you fix an electrical problem, especially, well, either Detroit or Cummins, when you fix an electrical problem, the code by itself will go inactive, guaranteed, every time, if it's fixed. If it's not fixed, then you can clear the code, you can reflash the ECM, you can do whatever the hell you want, but that code is not going to go away. Because if you replace this fuse and the code is still there, you can get rid of the code for a moment. Then the guy goes down the road and he breaks down again. So, moral of the story, check everything if you don't want to look stupid. And we changed this guy right here. That was the only code last time, but this time we got this code. So yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and like a great man once said by the name of Ron Burgundy, stay classy.